Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all staying safe and doing well. Today we're going to be trying out Posca pens. Now I don't know about you guys, but I've been seeing these pens pop up more and more over the last few months. I believe they're a Japanese company and they've been appearing in so many videos recently of people that I watch, and some of my favourite illustrators use these, and I've just become increasingly tempted to try them out. So what I did was I went on the hunt for some pastel ones because I saw that you could get the set of pastel colours. However, they are that popular at the moment that they're quite hard to get hold of. So I think it depends on where you are and how many of different varieties you can get hold of. But I did look on CastArt. I will try and shop more independently where I can, so I was trying to avoid Amazon. They are on Amazon, but they were sold out anyway, so I was kind of like I went to CastArt and they did have a few in stock, but I really wanted to kind of get some individual ones and they didn't have the colours that I wanted, but Jackson's did. So if I can get my art supplies from Jackson's, most of the time I will go there, and I managed to pick up these 5. As much as I was tempted to buy some more, guys, I just don't know how I'm going to get on with these. I've never used them before. I have been doing a bit of research around them. I also asked you guys on Instagram what you thought of Posca pens, whether they were worth the investment, the testing out, and it was something like 90 to 10%, so 90% of you were like, yes, do it. So I got 5. The other feedback that I got around Posca pens is that they are a bit crap on paper. So I've got 3 different papers to try out, but one of you actually suggested that they work really well on wood. So I thought that today I would attempt a wooden slice or 2 and just see how we get on with wood. I also apologise if I'm saying it wrong. I've heard some people say that it's pronounced Posca, but I just automatically say Posca. So if that's annoying and it's wrong, I do apologise, but I'm just going to go with Posca. And I will tell you a bit more about the colours that I went for. I'm just going to flip you guys around and then we'll do some testing. Okay, so here are my supplies, and I'll go through the pens first and then I'll tell you guys what I'm going to be using to try and paint on. So here are the pens. Now I'm a complete beginner when it comes to Posca pens, so that also meant that I didn't really know what I was buying when I picked these up. I was aware that they came in a few different sizes, and to be honest I found it quite tricky to envision the size when I was going through the list and trying to pick them out. So I just went for it, guys. I just bought 3 different sizes and tried to use my noggin a bit in terms of choosing the colours to go with what size. So I only went with 5 because they are quite expensive, and to be honest I didn't really want to be buying too many just in case these turn out to be something that I would rather see burn in hell. So I got straw yellow in the number 5M, so I believe this one's quite chunky. I've not even taken the lids off yet. Oh my goodness. They also came in a plastic wrap, but what can you do? I found a really easy way of taking that off though was to just twist in opposite direction. I should have filmed it, but in preparation for the video I just took it all off, and then I noticed that it was really easy to just twist like this. So just in case you've got some new Posca pens and are wondering what's the quickest and easiest way to get the plastic wrap off, twist in opposite directions, it works a treat. So I got straw yellow in 5M. Also in 5M, I couldn't resist the light pink colour. This one looks better in person than it did online. Online it looked a little bit more rose and pale from all of the different websites that I looked at, but this one, like the lid, is just such a beautiful colour, so I can't wait to see the payoff for this particular colour. In the same size I also grabbed a sky blue, so it's kind of like a primary set here, maybe, just about. I did struggle to get some more colours in this size. I think this is possibly the next size down, but this is 3M, and I went for a lilac. The colour of the lid, like the tone of the lid, is suggesting that it's a little bit darker than a lilac, so I was trying to go for pastels, but we'll see what this one comes out like on a surface. They did have a few other colours in this size, but this one is the 1MR, and I've heard this particular size is quite hard to get hold of, but I went for this one in just a plain black because I thought this one would be great for some outlines, any tiny bits of detail that I might do. So that's the only size and colour that I got in the 1MR, and I only got the one in the 3M. I have a feeling, after looking at the nib of this one, that this is probably the size that I will go for the most if I do decide to go and get some more. But let's activate these bad boys and see what they're like. so that was quite easy. My criticism of this colour though is that it's not lilac. That is more of a grape. It's a very deep tone purple. I was hoping for a pastel purple, so I'll go back to Jackson's and see if they've got a slightly lighter colour. But calling it lilac, I always thought lilac was like a pastel purple, you know? I would never put that down as lilac. I can see that it has, oh, it's very fast drying, but I can see that it has started to damage the paper, so even trusty Bristol board is struggling here. So I think the trick is probably to minimise how many strokes you do. That's probably would make sense. My anticipation is killing me. Let's go for a pink. Okay, that's a bit more like it, guys. This colour is singing to my soul. So this one is beautiful. I will say as well that although I'm not entirely happy with the lightness of this colour, it is very, very even, and I can't quite get over how quick they dry. That is crazy, but the colour is like, it's very, very smooth. So I'd be interested to see how long these pens actually last before they potentially, once you lay the colour down, how they might look, you know, once they've worn down a bit more. But for a first sort of attempt, they're very smooth and an even finish, so I really like that. Let's go for yellow. I'm quite impressed as well, the pumping action. You don't seem to have to, well, I'm getting away with not sitting here for ages doing it. And you can see it working its way down the nib too. I don't know if you guys can see that, but you can see it working its way down. Yeah, I'm really, really happy with that colour too. That is a really stunning yellow. They're just nice and bold, really even flats, just nice opaque colours. I can see though, I think it was quite hard to imagine, because Bristol board, in my experience, has always been quite a reliable, heavyweight, thick, very smooth card, so there's no texture to it either, because I have heard that the more texturous your card or paper surface is, the more likely it is to rip up. I was also wondering how the nibs perform. I have heard people say that they're very hard wearing and quite firm and robust, so blue one's taking a while. So I'm doing cross hatching just to see how it behaves, and it's definitely the thing that's making the paper buckle the most, rip up. They're very chunky, they're not something that I'm used to working with, I will admit. But it's good to try something new. Okay, and finally we have the black one. Oh, that one sounds so cute, listen. Here's a chunky one. Monster. And then this one. The nibs do feel super sturdy. Let's move this down a bit. Oh, that's lovely. Yeah, I like that a lot. So now that I've swatched all of the colours, I'm going to go ahead and get a slice of wood out and see if we can create a cute little design on it. Before I do that though, I did just remember that I have this grey tone paper. This one is from Arteza and it is 118 GSM, so it's very thin, but I just want to see how the colours look on a different coloured surface. Okay, that's lovely. Especially these pastel, oh yes, look at that. That is beautiful. Oh, let's draw a little smiley face. Ellis is very happy with that. Oh yes. Yellow, I'm hopeful for the yellow. So they are a little bit more transparent on a slightly darker surface, but that's okay. Obviously, I wouldn't be layering up the colours on this particular surface. Look at that blue. Look at that blue. That is beautiful. Look how they just pop on this particular coloured surface. Oh my god. Yep. Oh, just happiness in a pen. Okay, let us not dilly and dally anymore. Let's get a wooden slice out. So I'm just going to do a bit of practicing on this slice, and then just want to see what it feels like on the wood. So my other concern was that it would destroy the nib working on a slightly rougher surface. If you've ever used like brush pens or anything on a slightly more textured surface, sometimes it just completely knackers the tip, and I was a bit fearful of that, but these do seem super robust. I'm really happy with them so far. I can see myself going back to Jackson's later today and ordering some more colours if they have them. You know what I'm really enjoying about these is you are getting like a really awesome paint experience without having to get your paints out and your palette and your brushes and your water. It just feels like you can paint but in a much cleaner sort of way. They're just so pretty. Let's see how the yellow. So I'm going to do that yellow. Over here I will do it, in fact I'll do it next door. So I'm going to double layer this one, so once it's dry, because the yellow is a bit more transparent. So once that one's dry I'll go over it again and just see how that looks. The blue one excites me a lot. This blue one is just so pigmented. I also like that you feel like you've got a lot of control with them. Well, I do anyway. Whereas with paintbrushes, I think because I do favour pens over paintbrushes, these are like my long lost love. I can't believe I've only just tried them out. I've seen a lot of people painting on their windows with these, which is fun. Painting like rainbows for the current global situation, which is a really sweet idea. Yeah, I'm not feeling any problems below the nib here. It doesn't feel like it's interacting badly with the below layer, and it is slightly more, I don't know if it's shown up on camera, but you can kind of see here, this one's more transparent and this one's a lot more opaque. Look how the colours look though. I kind of do like though how the natural lines of the wood are showing through. That's really cool. Okay, so I think now I'm just going to think about a design to do, and we'll do a proper wooden slice. So I think I'm going to attempt, oh, the lid also goes on the end, that's cool. I'm going to leave it there though, just for now. I'm going to attempt a full design on this, because I really want to see as much potential with these pens as possible, so let's go. So I've actually been watching Casey Golden's Posca pen video this morning, and she made a really good point of just really thinking, because there are so many different options to go for. So there's the colour options, and there is quite a big colour family from Posca, but also the sizing. But if you think to yourself, what would I typically use this size and colour for, and would I use it a lot, would I use it the most? Would I use this colour for backgrounds? I think an example she used was, would you seriously go for a yellow in the fine tip? Let's be honest, I can't think of a time that I would ever use personally a yellow as a fine line tip. So that's why I went for a black one. So that was a really good bit of advice. And I think I definitely want to go and get some more. I don't like them on paper, I will say that much, but I'd love to do a little rainbow on my window. Yeah, for painting on wood or even ceramic. Am I right in thinking you can bake these as well? So once it's dry, if you bake it, it makes it permanent? Or have I just made that up? Okay, so that's a nice even finish. I am tempted though to go over it again with another coat, so I'm just going to give it a few minutes and let it dry completely, and then we'll give it another layer. But the tip does seem to be, I seem to have drawn on myself already, but the tip does seem to be taking it pretty well. It seems to be managing okay with that, so that is good to see. Okay, so it's had a couple of minutes. I'm so amazed at how fast it dries. Like, there is a slight tack to it, but it has, like, the majority of it has dried. So I have decided that I'd like this colour in the size that the purple comes with. I'm happy with this colour, but I would really like to have one in this size as well. As of the blue, I absolutely love this colour. So I think I'm finished with my wooden slice. I'm just going to go and varnish it because I've got some spray varnish that I like to use instead of like liquid brush on varnish, just because it seems to be the smoothest way of getting a nice finish with varnish. I'll also sign it on the back, and then I'm going to give it away to one of you guys. So, my verdict on these pens is I can definitely see what all the fuss is about now. I have no regrets in purchasing these, and I'm definitely going to go back and get some more. I think they're really fun. I'm going to be honest, I don't like them on paper. I don't like them on paper at all. Maybe I've only tried out 2 papers. As I say, I think they look absolutely stunning on the grey, but I don't think they're going to hold up on the grey because this paper was thicker and smoother and it tore this one up. And I just, the one thing that puts me off with these Posca pens is if I was to do anything on paper and then you kind of get into your piece and then you tear up the paper that you're working on and you've ruined it. Has anybody had that experience with Posca yet? I have also decided that I'd like to go back and get this light pink colour in another size, so maybe the same size as the purple. I want to have a look for another purple one because I'm not the biggest fan of this particular shade. On the outside it looks gorgeous, but it is a lot darker than you would assume it to be as a light look. And I'd also like a slightly smaller size in the sky blue as well. I think this one is beautiful, as is the yellow, beautiful. The black fine liner tip, it was great on paper, but I didn't like it on wood. I didn't like it that much. However, I think I would like a white one, so if they do one in white, I'll get one in white as well. I don't know why I didn't get a white one to begin with. I guess it was because I didn't think I would be using it on anything but paper, and then after I ordered them, I was researching what materials work best for Posca pens, and a lot of people were saying like wood, ceramic, glass, anything else really other than paper. I will continue to practice with them and see where I get with them, but they're so much fun. I'll definitely be buying some more, just with a slightly bigger colour variety as well. But as I said at the beginning, I didn't really want to buy lots of them in case they were something that I just couldn't wait to see the back of. But after playing about for a bit today with you guys, I am completely won over by Posca pens. I can definitely see what the fuss is about now. You are going to break my bank, you little buggers. So I'm also going to be giving away my wooden slice to one of you guys. As you can see, it's nice and shiny. I've just varnished it, so I gave it a few sprays of glossy varnish, so it's very subtle. I'll even pop it in a gift box for you. How's that? But all you have to do if you want to be in with a chance of grabbing this little cutie is just leave me a comment down below. Be subscribed, leave me a comment down below telling me what your favourite art supplies is. I would love to know, do you have any suggestions as well? I will say about the black is usually I do sign the backs of my wooden slices, so if you were here last year when I was painting in gouache on wooden slices, I was signing them on the back, and it was always my least favourite part because I was having to get a really fine brush out, and I'm just not hopeless, but it's just it makes them, like, you know, when your heart's going boom, 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 in case you go wrong. So like lettering with a paintbrush is not my jam. I don't like doing it, but now that I've got this Posca pen, I will admit that I do like using it for writing. It's just I don't know why I didn't, I don't know. I did like using it to sign on the back, so that's a plus, and I'll be using this bad boy a lot. I like it. So that is all from me today. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and thank you for suggesting the Posca pens to me and for all of your feedback and suggestions over on Instagram when I asked the other week. And yeah, I'll be announcing a giveaway winner at the end of April. One of my vlogs towards the end of April will have a winner announcement in the title, so I hope that makes sense. So that is all from me today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, stay safe, and I'll be back soon.